Rocket League, one of my favorite games of all time. I own it on PC. I own it on the Switch. I'll probably end up buying it when the next generation consoles come out because it's really a fantastic game. Honestly, it's a game I never knew that I would really enjoy, and I was lucky that I got it for free when I bought my Steam controller because I never would have tried it. I don't like sports games, and I don't like most racing games. So looking at Rocket League, I was like, no thanks. But then when I tried it, I was like, oh my God, this game plays like a dream. I want to talk about some big changes that are coming to Rocket League. But before I do, let's go ahead and make sure that if you like this video, you hit that like button down below and dislike it if you don't. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you know when the next video is coming out. All right, let's get started. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, then you know that I kind of don't like certain monetization models, and other ones I'm a big fan of. And I want to basically compare two of them today before we get to Rocket League. The first one being loot boxes, the other one being battle pass. Loot boxes, you know what they are. They're gambling. And if you don't agree with me that they're gambling, that's fine. Let me know why you don't think they're gambling down below. Though just know that I disagree with you, and that's okay. We don't all have to agree. But loot boxes, I feel, are gambling. You pay money to the publisher to get a chance to win something that you want. You're paying money for toward a random chance at a desired outcome. Now, you may or may not get that desired outcome, and that's why I feel like it is gambling. The video game industry, first off, they don't like to call it gambling. EA calls it surprise mechanics, like that's any different, but whatever. They take these surprise mechanics and they say, well, you can't trade the things that you get for money, so it's not gambling. And that's kind of how they get around some of the gambling laws, even though it feels like gambling. And I think it feels like gambling because it is. The other monetization model that I wanted to discuss today is the Battle Pass system, which was popularized by Fortnite, and it was popularized by Fortnite because they nailed it. Basically, you can play the game for free, but if you pay for the Battle Pass once per season, it unlocks for that season the Battle Pass, which then means every time that you level up, or I guess in Fortnite they call it tiering up, every time you tier up in the game, you unlock these rewards for playing the game. The rewards are not randomized. You know exactly what you're going to get. You know that when you hit level 4, you're going to unlock this glider. You know that when you hit level 100, you're going to have unlocked this full skin that is really, really cool. And it is really, really cool. I like that system. That overall is a great monetization model. I feel like it's best for the consumer. The consumer can still play the game without spending any money if they want to, but if they want to unlock all of this cool stuff, which does not affect gameplay, then they can do that. And there's no randomness involved. They know exactly what they're getting. I feel like that is a transaction as opposed to a gamble. As I said before, the Battle Pass is my preferred method of doing these free-to-play games. I think it is really, really fair to both the consumer, and it generates a lot of revenue for the publisher. And if it didn't, publishers wouldn't do it. Obviously, it's working very well for Epic Games and Fortnite because they're making buckets of cash, and it's obvious to everybody else because a lot of other publishers decided to copy the Battle Pass strategy. All right, we've talked about loot boxes, we've talked about the Battle Pass, and for those of you keeping track, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that other monetization model that Fortnite uses. We're going to get back to that in a little bit. Let's talk about Rocket League. For those of you that don't know, Rocket League is developed and published by Psyonix. Earlier this year, Psyonix was purchased by Epic Games. Epic Games owns and publishes Fortnite. All right, so now everybody's on the same page. And I don't know how we didn't see this coming before. Previous to that purchase, previous to Epic Games acquiring Psyonix, Psyonix looked at what Fortnite was doing and they said, wow, they're making a lot of money. I want a lot of money. We're going to copy the Battle Pass system. And so they brought the Battle Pass system into Rocket League, and I think they called it Rocket Pass Premium. I believe. I could be wrong about that. They called it Rocket Pass Premium, And it basically works the same way. You spend your money for that season, you unlock stuff. It's cool. All right, great. Some of the things that you unlock, though, are loot boxes. So you'll be playing and you will earn a loot box. And then you can go and buy keys, which cost, I think it's like $5 or something. It's expensive. It is very expensive for these keys. You buy these keys to, okay, let me rephrase. I think it's expensive. And if you don't think it's expensive, that's fine. Tell me why down below, leave a comment. But you can go and buy these keys that then unlock these loot boxes, and then you get a chance at whatever's inside the box. I don't like that system because you're gambling again. I like the battle pass system where you know what you're going to get. So why am I talking about all this? Well, because we're about to get a big change to Rocket League, and they are going to be getting rid of all loot boxes, which is fantastic. Here's the official page at rocketleague.com. They say, here at Psyonix and Epic Games as a whole, we are dedicated to creating the best possible experience for our players all over the world. In pursuit of that goal, later this year, we will remove all paid randomized crates from Rocket League, replacing them with a system that shows the exact items you are buying in advance. This is similar to changes implemented earlier this year by the Fortnite Save the World team. Rocket Pass Premium, DLC cars, and esports shop items will continue to be offered for direct purchase alongside our new system. We will share more information, including timelines and rollout specifics, in the coming months. All right, so my immediate reaction to that is awesome. That is really fantastic. I love that they're getting rid of the loot boxes. So overall, a lot of people would assume, based on everything that I told you, that, I hate loot boxes and that I think the battle pass system is fantastic. Everybody should now be assuming Bill must think that this is fantastic news. I'm not so sure. And here's why. Remember that thing that I mentioned earlier, that other monetization that Fortnite has that I didn't mention yet? That is these timed exclusives. So the way that Fortnite makes ridiculous amounts of money, and I feel like they're almost preying on compulsive shoppers, is they will have things that are in the shop for 12 hours. So they'll have this cool skin and they'll say, and it's only available for these next 12 hours. After that, you won't be able to buy it for a long time. And a lot of people can't help themselves, and they end up spending money that they don't have or that they shouldn't. I've talked to people who have told me, yeah, my kid spent hundreds of dollars on Fortnite because they were basically compulsively shopping. They were like, oh gosh, this is going to go away. Well, I'm going to buy it right now. They unlocked this thing, and now, hey, I did it before the timer went off, and now I've got this thing that a lot of other people don't have. That is a very, very dangerous thing to have. And I don't believe that it's currently in Rocket League that way. Like, I don't think you can go into Rocket League and they're going to have on the store right now, here's a skin for your car that is only going to be up there for the next 12 hours. However, now that Epic Games owns Psyonix, the publisher of Rocket League is Epic Games now. And what's working for them really, really well in Fortnite would probably also work really, really well in Rocket League. So I fully expect that in addition to this amazing change, they're also going to do this timed exclusive stuff because it's making them buckets of cash. I'm curious as to what you think about these changes. Do you think that overall these are good changes or bad changes? I am honestly on the fence. I think that it's fantastic that they're getting rid of randomized loot box stuff, but I really do worry that means that they're also going to bring in this timed exclusive stuff that is going to cause a lot of compulsive shoppers to buy things that they just don't need. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.